Welcome to the homestead, and it is a dreary, rainy, foggy day in the Appalachian Mountains here, and I grabbed a cup of coffee. I thought I'd just share with you something about the troubling trend that's happening in our country, and that is that our nation is becoming a fatherless nation. And I say a troubling trend because nearly a quarter, about 25% of all children in our country are now living in a fatherless home. Dad is not there, he is not present. And this is going to have devastating consequences for the future of our children. And I wrote down some stats, and just bear with me on this because this is shocking to me. This is just really alarming. These stats that I found, it says that fatherless children are twice as likely to have mental health and behavioral problems. They're 279% more likely to deal in drugs. There's 71% of high school dropouts, 90% of the homeless, 60% of youth suicides, and 85% of those currently incarcerated in prison come from fatherless homes. That is shocking to me. And this goes on to say fatherlessness is the single greatest indicator of future struggles among men. It is an epidemic. And I've even seen in the city near where I live, there are these billboards everywhere from fatherhood.gov. You know it's a bad problem when the government is trying to step up on our behalf. And so, dads, if you're watching this, or maybe moms too, but I'm just really concerned about this, about where our children are going to end up. And I mean, if these trends continue, and I know a lot of men are struggling. They're struggling with their mental health, they're struggling in relationships, they're struggling in education. Every indicator, every metric that you can think of, legal issues, spiritual issues, they're struggling. There's so many challenges that are facing men today. And the problem is it doesn't just affect the men, it affects those around them, like their wives and, like today, their children. And so, guys, if I can encourage you to really take up that mantle of responsibility and to be a provider and protector for your children. I've got 2 sons and a daughter, and I'm thinking about the world in which they are going to be living and working, and I pray for them. I pray that the Lord will protect and guard them. But I think about my sons in one sense in particular because I want them to be providers and protectors for themselves and their families and their communities one day. And what that means is that I have to show up. I've got to show up every day. I've got to be present. I've got to be engaged. I've got to lead them well. I've got to teach them how to be a provider, how to be a protector. I got to teach them how to stand in the gap, to be a sheepdog in society, to think critically, to answer the objections of our woke and weak and compromised culture. And that's really on the dad. The dad should be doing that. And I've just been convicted more and more lately of that. I try to do that, but maybe not as well as I should. And so I don't know if this is resonating with any of you guys out there. Maybe, you get to a point where you're realizing your kids are growing up fast. I think it's a sad day when, I hear sometimes a man who turns 65 or something, he's retiring. And then he says at that point, now I'm going to spend some time with my family, my kids. What a sad statement. We should be doing that from day one. Really investing our lives and our love and our faith into our children, that they would be strong, that they would, 1 Corinthians 16:13, I know not every one of you is a Christian, but I'm a Christian, and so in the Bible it says, act like men, be strong, be watchful, stand firm in the faith. So anyway, guys, I don't know if this resonates with any of you, if you have the same concerns that I do, and maybe you need that kick in the pants, you need that encouragement, you need that accountability, and maybe other brothers, other dads with you and around you to support you in this. But man, we need to be praying for one another. supporting one another, because we're not doing well overall, and it's affecting our children. So leave a comment, leave a question. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. But thanks so much for your support for us. We'll see you in the next video.